The earth had always fought back until one day it finally gave way. Before cities, before kings, before written words, there was soil that refused to be tamed. Hard-packed ground blistered hands and broke wooden tools. Seeds were scattered with hope, but hunger waited patiently. For generations, survival depended on muscle, luck, and mercy from the land itself. Then, somewhere between the rivers of Mesopotamia, a quiet idea took shape. Picture dawn over the floodplains. Mist clings to the ground. A farmer steps forward, gripping a simple wooden frame tipped with stone. He presses it into the soil, and instead of stopping, the earth splits. Not shatters, not resists, it opens. A clean line forms behind him, dark and fertile, ready to receive life. This was not just a tool. It was a negotiation with nature. At first, no one trusted it. Why cut the earth so deeply? Why scar the land that feeds you? But season after season, something changed. Crops grew taller, roots sank deeper, water stayed where it was needed. The harvest no longer depended solely on prayer. And with that single furrow, time itself began to bend. Fields expanded. One farmer could now do the work of many. Families no longer wandered in search of food. They stayed. Villages formed. Storage pits filled with grain. For the first time, people planned not just for winter, but for years ahead. Here's the twist we often miss. The plow didn't just change farming, it changed people. When food became predictable, time became available. Some learned to build, others learned to measure, record, trade, and rule. Social hierarchies emerged, property mattered, borders appeared, not drawn with ink but carved into soil. And yet this power came with a cost. The same tool that fed millions also bound humans to the land. Backs bent, days grew longer, dependence replaced freedom. The plow demanded commitment, and humanity agreed. Still, when iron replaced wood, when animals were harnessed, when fields stretched beyond the horizon, the promise held. Civilization surged forward on the back of that first broken line in the earth. Even today, every modern machine that tills a field echoes that ancient moment, when someone dared to press deeper, to cut instead of scratch, to believe the ground could be persuaded. Because progress doesn't always arrive with thunder. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet groove in the soil. If this story made you see the world beneath your feet differently, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, and tell us in the comments, which invention do you think truly shaped civilization?